Hey guys, what's going on? Will here, Flawless Exotic Creations, coming to you guys with another video. And this week is going to be different video. We are going to show off some snakes. No visuals, but mostly hets, all hets. Actually, some of them are double hets, and see what you can identify as visual markers. I see a lot of talks, and shout out to my man Austin. I believe that they have a wealth of knowledge, but for us, we're very new and very I guess not experienced in these markers. That I mean, some of these monsoon markers, I look at them like I don't see it, you know. So being that we have a ton of Het Monsoon females and a couple males as well, figure we would get into a video of kind of showing some off and kind of talking about what we see. I think it'll be good for the gene as of right now, as it stands, that there's no shed testing yet. Shout out to my man Charlie at Gray Rider Reptiles. He's working on it. But for right now, let's, spark some engagement in the comments. I'll try to like number them or something in the edit of the video, like, oh, snake one, and I'll talk about it or whatever and show it off to you guys. And I don't know, talk back and forth in the comments on what you're seeing from what I'm showing, and if it's consistent as we move along. I know we have Het Monsoon. I believe we have Het Monsoon, double Het Monsoon hypos. I believe we have Het Monsoon Pos Het candies, Het Monsoon Het pies. I think we got a few and a little bit of everything. Special Het Monsoons, Phantom Het Monsoon, Fire Het Monsoon. So basically, I'm gonna go through. I think we have about 20 to 25 Het Monsoons. I'm gonna go through, because in a perfect world everything will be ready and rocking and rolling, but guess what, it ain't a perfect world. So I'm sure I'm gonna go and open a tub and it's gonna be in shed, and it's gonna be pointless to really show that off. So I don't think we can gain any information or education from showing off a Het Monsoon that's in shed. So moving forward, we're going to go through the racks. Let's get into it. So what you have here right out the gate, the other ones, they first couple were in shed, but what you have is, oh, nice good shot of the head, exactly right there. But this is a special 100% Het Monsoon girl. There's no other genes at play on this one. This one was produced by Dave Green. Again, you want to make sure when you're working with some of this newer stuff that you're getting exactly what you're paying for, and you're making sure that you're getting it from trusted sources. So check out the pattern. Again, special. I know there's different lines of special, but this is the line of special that Dave Green is working with. A little difficult to show this one off because she's pretty big. She is breeding for us. We really like the special monsoons. But check out that pattern. Pattern is really cool. So there is some type of het influence there. But this is where I disagree with my homie KG. Like I said, that's my man's. But at the same time, there is no way me, I think, or any veteran goes and sees this snake in someone's collection and say, okay, yes, that's a special Het Monsoon. I just don't see it without somebody telling them that, you can see something's going on, but actually being able to tell that it's monsoon, I don't see it. Give you a shot of the head. Yeah, and that's pretty cool. Since we showed off that one and everybody else want to be pains and being shed, we'll show off this one. Now this is actually a young male. He's closing in probably 400, 500 grams. Probably 500 grams. Check out his pattern. He seems like he's going into shed or coming out, not too sure. But he is normally brighter than this. Not quite as bright as the one we just saw. So the one we just saw was number 1. This would be number 2. And this one here is a special double het Monsoon Hypo, and we produced him. His pattern is pretty crazy, pretty sporadic. I want to say he's a little brighter, but check out the headstand. It's similar to the first girl. So I've been hearing that the little ticks behind the head, the little are markers indicative upon monsoon. So take everything I say with a grain of salt when it comes to this stuff. I just want to be one of the people hopefully trying to help people get into this gene and this project on a decent budget. So if you're able to see some of this stuff on people that have monsoon in their collection or that are listing het monsoons, I don't know. If someone was to show me a video like this, I probably would go out and start buying hets. And again, it's not really going to benefit us because we really don't have any hets at all for sale. So I just want to help the community. So this is going to be number 3. Came across another 4 that's all in shed, which kind of sucks. But again, what you're looking at here, produced here, this is actually a special double het Monsoon Hypo female. Really cool. A lot of blushing coming in along the dorsal. But if you pay attention, she also has those ticks behind the head. That's really cool to kind of focus in on. If you can see that on some of the things that may be available in the market. Also, check out the dorsal and the donuts, kind of floating alien heads. Even along the tail. Yes, special is at play and working here, but at the same time, that's very unique, and I've seen a lot of that going on. The banding, random banding coming across the dorsal. Really cool. Very weird alien heads. And like I said, the actual ticks behind the neck. I don't really see a bunch of the thin eye stripes holding water. I see it on this one. That's cool, but we do have some others where they have thicker eye stripes. But again, comment down below if you're seeing things that I don't see. I want to put this video out and share it with people who wants to get into the monsoon gene. Check out the back of the neck. Really cool. Special double het Hypo Monsoon. Okay, came across 2 more that were in shed. All these girls are all in shed. This one's going to be a pain in the butt. So check this one out. This is pretty interesting. Okay, so this, if I had to bet money, and let me tell you what it is. So it's a normal, okay, het monsoon, 50% het for candy. Now, if I had to bet money on this, I would say, you know what, this will prove out to be het candy, but we're not working candy at all. Along the way, we may test for it just to know, maybe implement it later down the line, but we're not really working candy. Now check out the banding that goes over. There's no Anchi or anything here, no Orange Dream or anything in the pairing. This is just a really bright girl. Very funky alien heads, as you can see. Very weird donuts on the dorsal. Donuts here on the dorsal. Very indicative upon being a het monsoon marker. At the same time, let's go back to the head. Look at the ticks behind the neck with the headstand. That is really cool. This girl has some size to her. Give you guys a belly shot that I didn't show on the others. Check out that funky dorsal pattern. And the ticks behind the head. Now, if you thought that last one was bright, check out this girl. She's pretty huge. So now we're getting into some of the combos as well. You still got that jacked up crazy pattern, but what you're looking at here is a vanilla Het Monsoon girl. Very, very bright. Still got the crazy pattern. Floating donuts for the alien heads, connecting, banding, going over. Now, pay attention to the head though. There's no ticks on the head here when you start playing with vanilla. I don't know if that's blanketed across the board, but again, how these genes interact with each other affects some of these markers, which goes back to like even the het pied markers or het pied tracks. And there's people that's produced guaranteed 100% het pieds that don't have het pied tracks. So it's something to go by, but to say that it's kind of the law and 100% is highly doubtful. But again, hopefully this video can get you into this gene, and be the best bang for your buck. Maybe you can get 2, 3, 4 pos hets just based off of reading some of these markers along with other people's input on it, and be in a better situation than spending thousands per het. Maybe. Again, vanilla, Het Monsoon. So last but not least is going to be this girl, because we got 4 more girls that all are in shed. And what you're looking at here is another girl that's getting bigger, should be coming into season 25 or year 25 as a first year breeder for us. This is a phantom, 100% Het Monsoon, 50% het for candy. So she is super bright, but I believe phantom is making that go that way. Look at the blushing in between. Really, really cool. The sidewall, very, very clean belly. Very clean. Now, let's get to these alien heads. I don't see anything really, really descriptive as far as to give you guys on having phantom involved. There is a little bit more of a whacked out pattern than what you regularly see with phantom when you got Het Monsoon at play. But outside of that, that's pretty much it. There are no head ticks on this specific girl when you got phantom Het Monsoon. But you do have some whacked out crazy kind of fish hooking alien heads. Kind of reminiscent of the video we did, I guess, earlier in the week on What's in the Box on the tragic gene. But they're not related. But this girl will hopefully be producing for us next year. So this will be the last one we'll show off, since we got literally over 10 things all in shed. But I think you guys get the point of what we're trying to put out there for you guys. Now I want you guys to go attack Morph Market and snatch up every pos het that you feel will possibly fit your program. Improve them out, and let's get this monsoon gene rocking and rolling. So hopefully you guys really enjoyed this video. Again, I wanted to do this video now before the shed testing comes out. All of our hets here are hets. They're not pos hets. We produced a lot of these hets, and we purchased a lot of these hets from our visual monsoon. And I'm not a real firm believer in the het markers. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm not trying to, spark an argument or anything, I promise you. But that's the reason Audra and myself went the route that we did by producing our own het, so we knew out the gate that they were het. We don't want to find ourselves, we see a lot of horror stories, and we're never going to throw anyone under the bus, especially when it doesn't pertain to us, where people go out and spend thousands and thousands of dollars on a het, and years later they find out it was never het. So we try to circumvent that by producing them ourselves. So it's more expensive to buy a visual, and then it takes more time to produce your babies and to grow them out, but you kind of know what you're working with, and you know what you're putting into your snakes. And you gain the experience of having so many now that you can hopefully look at some and venture off kind of the unbeaten path and start breeding hets to non-hets and non-visuals and producing pos hets, 50% hets, and maybe you won't have to send out all the sheds for testing every single time if you can get consistent markers that tells you or that are indicative upon positive hets. So that's what this video was about. I did search a lot on YouTube and I didn't see any videos kind of showing off. Yes, people show off a ton of monsoons, so we have monsoons and everything, but as far as kind of working your way up, purchasing hets, trying to produce visuals, showing off the pros and the cons of going that route, because I think that this can benefit the community if you can see several hets and then now you go across morph market and you see some really good breeders that's produced some hets, and now you're taking a look at what they have up there and the heads and the bodies and the structure and the markings, and you now you can take a better guesstimation on what will actually prove out for you, and in theory, I mean, get you there on a budget faster. So hopefully you enjoy content like this. Hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. We love doing videos like this, and see you in the next one.